Today's Casa is in this apartment that I've dreamed of visiting for a long time. It's the home of fashion designer Isabella Capado. No one knows how to mix things up like Isabella does. Patterns, textures, objects, plants. To me, she's the very essence of composition. Come with me to check it out, because it's amazing.
Hello, Casamais. Welcome. Come on in, Fernanda. Wonderful. Come see my home.
I've wanted to come here for so many years, guys. This house is a dream. Isabella.
So this house is kind of like, I always dreamed of living on this street. Barbosa, you know? And then finally, 9 years ago, I got divorced and this apartment came up. It was an opportunity. And then the realtor even asked, hey, would you like to live on Rui Barbosa? I said, man, Rui Barbosa is my dream. So I came here, called Beto Figueiredo from Arico, who did the project, right? He's a really good friend of mine, so we did the project together. I wanted a house that actually felt like a home, you know? That would be like a real house, right? He already knows me, so this thing of being able to put my fabrics, my textiles, it's a house I change a lot. I've already changed it several times. I keep redecorating. I switch out the sofas. I get bored really fast. So sometimes I just feel like changing things up. Every year I feel like changing the whole house. Changing all the sofas, moving everything around. This big table here, it's a table that Sergio Rodriguez made for my store. It's called the Capetto table because it has the four little balls that are like the eyes of the little doll, right? Which is my store. Really?
Sergio Rodriguez made a table just for you?
He made this table because he designed my store in Leblon. So in the Leblon store, there was this table called the Capetto table because it has those doll eyes, which are these balls. And then when I left that store, I brought it here and it became my dining table, which used to be over there. As soon as I moved here, it was over there, surrounded by little stools, you know, that kind of thing. Dining table, a table. But it was kind of a tall table. So I used to say,
Oh, right, because a work table, guys, is a different height. It's not 75 centimeters.
exactly.
It must be 85 to 90. Yeah.
This table here wasn't for work. It was just a display table.
A display table?
Exactly. So it stayed there for a while. It was great. I made good use of it. And there were those colorful stools that already had different patterns, not these ones. And then, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, I decided to move it from there and put it over here because I wanted to have an entryway table.
I'll live it.
I think it's beautiful.
It's Hampton style.
Hotel-like.
Kind of fancy, right?
Kind of fancy. I don't know what. I said, oh no, I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it an entryway table because this was once an empty space too. That table over there has already been moved here. And then whenever we had a party, we would quickly move the table out of the way because it's a trestle table. Really beautiful, actually, from ADA Studio.
Hold on. You're getting way too excited. Come over here. Let's explain this here, because this is a trellis that I've already looked for. Yours, right?
Yeah,
I've seen this reference before. There are several works by Raul Marau.
yeah, so
But explain this trellis. It's beautiful.
this trellis was a fabric I made 20 years ago from a collection I did called Outsiders, which had this. This trellis, it was a trellis I made in an old factory that doesn't exist anymore. And I had it in green, this color, and also in navy blue and burgundy. So before, this room here used to be all green with this green trellis, just like the one on the balcony, which you'll see. And then now, not too long ago, I decided to change it. I put up this trellis in this color, which is still this trellis. I tried to save it because it's almost gone.
Oh, you used your own fabric roll. Yeah.
Mine.
Guys, it's just wonderful. I thought it was, when I looked at it in magazines, I thought it was like laser cut, like on the router on wood, you know?
No, it's a trellis that's actually fabric, and it's really beautiful, right? And I love fabric on the wall.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love it. And then I put in front of it, you know, this piece by Raul Moro, which I thought was really cool. And he actually gave it to me for my birthday,
Which also has this sculpture, right?
which also has a sculpture. And these vases here are also some vases that belong to my neighbor who went. I had a neighbor right next door and he passed away. And then his niece said, hey, Do you want some vases that are here? They're really pretty. So I saw them and said, wow, I do. Then she gave me these two and another wine colored one that's at my daughter's house. One day you'll go there too to make more.
Oh, I will.
So these here are necklaces from my brand, Isabella Capetto, that I decided to tie up. Ugh.
Beautiful, guys. I have a black figure one, which is wonderful.
So these domes here, I always love Marimekko, and so I added these domes as well. Marimekko went, I traveled to the
Are these armchairs from a thrift shed?
The armchairs are ones that were from my old store in Sao Paulo, Costella. And then I put this fabric on. Warehouse.
Oh, because you just did a collaboration with Entreposto.
I did a collaboration. Now, the warehouse invites some people, right? Interior decorators, and I was the first person she invited who is a fashion designer to make a wall Entreposto. And this happened last year. Then Anna Kamori, who owns Aspaco Multis and 100% Roperia and represents Entreposto here, said, Isabella, I want you to do the Entreposto wall. Are you in? I said, wow, absolutely, I'm in. So I said, all right, let's do this. I don't know. I saw the Entreposto fabrics and all that. And then when I saw the Entreposto fabrics and thought about the Entreposto wall, which is that wall over there, I said, guys, just one wall for me isn't going to be enough, you know?
Whole house?
All of it, because I can't handle just doing one wall, you know? I'm gonna want to change my whole house. So I changed everything. I changed those chairs, I changed this wall here, I changed everything. I swapped the sofa from that old striped fabric and changed the little stools too. I changed everything.
It's kind of nuts, isn't it? Have an Entreposto so you can pick things out like that?
It was such a treat.
I would totally freak out.
Entreposto's everything.
Transform the world.
And then I started mixing Entreposto with things I already had, like my green trellis, my pillows that are out here on the porch.
With the Monito, Marimekko.
Marimekko is an authentic and traditional Japanese restaurant. Then I started putting them on the chairs.
Look at the green trellis. Guys, this fabric, why would you make it again?
Since I've got no one to do it, I'd love to.
I used to do this for decoration.
Wow, I would love that. So what did I do with this fabric as well? I made a line for Sousa.
And?
Then at Sousa, I made this trellis, but in porcelain tile.
Oh, I only made the little tall.
I made the little doll and also copied that trellis in porcelain tile.
Yep, white with
White, terracotta. It turned out gorgeous. The terracotta is just like that right there, look. So when you put it on the wall, it looks like the trellis. I'll show you.
here. The line I saw was the little doll. It was the basic one with the little border.
It was a
Little flower. The trellis? I didn't see it.
wow, the trellis is the most beautiful thing in the world. And actually, Sousa made it in relief. So you end up looking like a latticework release. Guys, it's too much.
Little gal
It is.
to die. Now here is the green chalice. And then you replace the duns. You were going.
Keep starring. Yeah, so like these lamps, I bought them, these two little bases. I got them on a trip I just took. They were just lying there. I don't know, they cost $10. Then I had the shades made. I'm such a bargain hunter, you know? I keep buying things, finding stuff. You know, I just keep renovating, restoring. I'm really into that whole vibe, that story.
But when do you... Now, to me, this place looks perfect. Do you still feel like there's stuff to change?
No, now for me, it's already, this house is,
Great. Can you wait until next year?
but honestly, I already wanted to change things this year. Like this year, next year. I already said, oh, I'm going to change everything. But then I thought, no, I'll hold off because, you know, I get these urges too, you know? I once had a house that was really beautiful too. It was all striped pink and white. And then I started thinking that now I wanted, there's a fuchsia half. Before this one, it was orange. It was beautiful. It had this sofa, kind of damask orange. It was really pretty too. So now I went with red and blue. I don't know, I keep thinking I want to have a yellow house. So I changed the doorways too, you see? When I did that thing with the warehouse, they were turquoise. Everything was turquoise with orange. It was beautiful.
You test this out, right? You don't put it in 3D. I don't.
Anything. It's all intuitive.
You just go out and buy it.
Then you carefully add a little bit of vibrant color right over here in this corner. And then you proceed to add just a little more color over there on the other side to balance everything out perfectly.
And those wooden pieces over there, where did you get those from?
Those are beautiful. They're by Zebazera.
Yeah.
They're really beautiful. My work gave me a great opportunity to travel all over Brazil. And I really like these things, art, folk art. So I ended up getting really into that. So the masks by Sister Candido, the woodwork by Zebazera, that kind of thing, right? Old things that actually belong to my family too. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, I don't know, from my dad, from my mom, things they gave me, The paintings by FD. Silva by Glauber. So I just kept going. This table here, like I was saying, when my studio caught fire, I turned that area over there where we came in into a studio because I was left without one. And then everyone ended up working here for about 2 years, a little over a year. Then I said, oh my God, that other table used to be here. And over there was nothing. It was like a dance space. Then I said, man, I need to have a table for my studio, So I did a project with AD Studio. I made all the uniforms right when Ad Studio Paloma was opening.
Dannenberg's daughter.
Paloma Dannenberg. And she has this beautiful store and she's such a sweetheart. We became really good friends. So we made this trade. I made the uniforms and exchanged them for this amazing table, which I love.
It's wonderful.
And it's a sawhorse table, so it's super easy, right? You can put it here, you can put it there, and these chairs too, which are hers, and they're beautiful as well. So I kind of find everything by picking it up myself. These 2 chairs that are here also belong to my neighbor. I also bought some, I don't know, for 100 reais each. Did you understand? This pineapple here,
It has.
beautiful. I bought it on the phone in Sao Paulo.
No, it's telephone.
As soon as I separated, I hadn't even bought an apartment yet.
You swapped one pineapple for another.
No, I bought a pineapple. I didn't even have an apartment. I bought this pineapple. And that piece over there by Veo too at Carandache, which I'm also in love with. He's an artist I adore. And in this wonderful store, this Carandache gallery. This here is also really interesting. Also, look how beautiful it is. This here, this lamp, I bought at a sale they had at the Copacabana Palace of old pieces from the Copacabana.
Palace.
And there was the most beautiful thing in the world. And I was totally broke. I wanted to buy everything, but I didn't have the money. And I bought this and it wasn't expensive. I don't know, it was 200 reais. And then I put this skirt on it. Yeah,
That skirt really suits it.
put this skirt on it. And then this lampshade too, also from Entreposto. So I think this was also from my old apartment too. I brought a lot of things from my old apartment. You'll see them inside in the bedroom. My daughter's room had a huge desk, so I divided it up and made 2 bedside tables. So I really enjoy things. I'm not the type of person to throw things away. I repaint.
Give it a bossa feel.
Another bossa nova. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Look at the banks.
It becomes something, These benches here, all these little benches over there with this upholstery, those were my benches. When I opened my store in Consolacio, Sao Paulo, I don't like hooks in the cabin.
Oh.
Then I panicked. The store was opening. I said, guys, the store is about to open, and how am I going to set it up? There has to be something for the customers to put their clothes on, right? And this here belonged to Mr. Wilson, that upholsterer next to the store. And those were the benches the guys who did the upholstery used, right? So I went over and said, Mr. Wilson, I need to buy all these benches. They were made of leather. So now I covered them with patterned fabric, but they've already had several.
Different kinds.
So what else?
And the plants. Do you like plants or does someone take care of them for you?
I have my aunt, who's from Panta, Ana Luisa Rotier. She's the one.
Oh, I know. She's a landscape designer.
Obviously, she's wonderful. So she does all the plants for me, takes care of them. I get desperate. I love it. Plants.
I love it. And it looks really beautiful. Everything's in clay pots, guys. So
Cool. I put everything in. And clay pots. Some of the clay pots are painted too. See? I painted the clay pots. Look how beautiful they are.
With a Posca marker or
No, with actual paint. Paint? White paint I did.
look at the layout of this floor. Be careful. Do you think it'll make the floor damp? No.
Well, it's done now anyway, right?
You embroidered these chairs too? Swap these with entreposto? And did you embroider this yourself?
Oh yeah, here too. This is also an old chair that I embroidered as well, all with monstera leaves. Look how beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I've done it too. I did this work on those pillows as well. Over there too, see? The ones I embroidered, look. Those over there, right, Ga?
Yes, that's right. The mother-in-law's tongue.
The snake plant and the others, which are also embroidered with flowers, V.
It's really cool because you keep adding texture.
But I'm the kind of person who keeps looking at everything. I stay at home. I love being at home. I love having people over.
Guys, but look at this view. Come on, it's right here. I don't think there's any other place like it. Close to the Sugarloaf Bridge, I think you could pick any building, but this one's right in front. No doubt about it. This is really something, isn't it? It is.
Something else. Simply stunning.
Small boats. It really feels like a small town.
The most beautiful thing in the world.
It's just gorgeous, honestly, and I'm from Rio, yeah?
We're lucky to be cariocas.
No, but let's walk by the library, which is beautiful, right? Yeah.
That was also an idea from Beto, also from Yuriko, because I always had this thing. Either I made the library at the entrance, I had this hallway, and I had a lot of books. Or there was also the option to make the library like in my old house, which was in the dining room, which I also think is beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
So we had this hallway and said, let's do it here. And so we did. I just lined it now. It's already gone through a lot of changes too. This here has already been orange, it's been white. And now I put this fabric here from Branco with the house.
I love it.
I know. Wonderful. There's yellow.
I almost put it in one of my bathrooms. That yellow one.
I put the yellow behind Susana Garcia's bookshelf. I made it all yellow.
But it's a lot of work to put that up, right? Do you just put up the strips or do you take off the...
No, just the strips, but I have a manual who's fantastic. He put
wallpaper. Every crazy person has a handyman behind the scenes.
No, a lot, but he only does wallpaper, fabric. He stays in the... What is this? I tell him I'll leave one day, wrapped and hidden behind the scenes.
Behind every crazy person, there's a great handyman.
No, that's it.
Too. There must be more. If we sit here and talk, then...
I just kept adding more. Now I'm doing ceramics. Are you the one
doing it?
Now I'm loving it.
Do you sell them?
Soon.
Enough.
I'm making them. There are already others at the studio.
Are you asleep, Isabella?
I sleep. I love.
It's kind of dark here now. Wow, this is so beautiful. This appetizer turned out delicious.
It turned out really cool, didn't it? Here now, it continues. Here's this.
Paul, here's the panacea. It's wonderful. It's my dream purchase. Varhouse tiles.
There you have this Bordalo collection. Pine tree too. Oh, how lovely.
Bah!
I also love Bordalo Pinheiro. I did a project with Bordalo Pinheiro too.
You did? What is it?
I did. Here's one. I made this one myself. This is called a dispatch. I was invited by the embroidery. I spent a month at the factory working. And then I made this piece here, which is called Dispatch. And I've always been crazy about embroidery and the lampshades too. They're also made with fabrics from Entreposto. They're also lampshades by Sergio Rodriguez. Not lampshades, table lamps by Sergio Rodriguez. And what about the lampshades? I did all this work.
And do you do this in your studio?
No, I did all of this in a place I found too. When I discovered it, I connected. I went with a friend. See what I mean? So you keep hunting for things like this here, which I love. It's called Papagayo. I even sold it in my store too. I love these Papagayos where you can put a little flower or something like that. This.
Is this your fabric in a smaller version?
This is my fabric in a smaller version.
This?
My fabric.
Granted, it's not embroidered. No.
It's not embroidered. So here, this kitchen, right? It's all open.
Look at this game.
This pedal.
This print.
No, this painting happened like this. During the pandemic, my daughter was dating Bernardo Perpetuo, who was a tattoo artist, and he lived here at our house during the pandemic. So we were always coming up with things to do. This place was a big deal. We made hats, paper mache, everything. And then I said, guys, let's paint the ceiling. Let's paint the ceiling. I've gone crazy. And then he, along with Franziska, the two of them painted that ceiling.
Ah, it's from Getulio, right? From
Gatilli. So this is also the wallpaper. It's also the fabric from Entreposto, which I also put here. You see that?
Did you get it from your neighbor too?
I got that from Beto Figueredo from Marico, who gave it to me ages ago for my birthday. And so that's the concept of the house, you know? Like, my idea of a home, Fernanda, is that the whole house, it all connects, you know? So, like a wallpaper that's in the living room, it's also going to be in the bedroom, also in the bathroom, and so on.
Keep carrying it away.
Right? I keep carrying it through. Like, for example, my bathrooms, I always like to make the bathrooms the same in every house I've had. I don't like different bathrooms except for the powder room.
The powder room's different.
That's the one that's different, but all the other bathrooms in the house are the same. Because I think it gives it kind of a hotel vibe, I think.
That's cool.
It's classy.
And it gives your mind a break too.
Yeah.
And then you look for the little details. That's when if everything is too different,
Make the bathrooms feel more human.
the bathrooms. Yeah, and you don't really get the variation. I think having one base for everything's better. I think it's more subtle.
I think that's cooler. And like about the house, being that the house, you match everything, you know? So I can change anything. For example, I can take a lamp from my bedroom one day and put it in the living room because the living room has the same pattern, or vice versa, you know? I grab a chair. When I have dinner or a party here, if I need something, I take the chair from the bedroom and put it in the living room. Everything matches. Yeah,
That Cartesian product, right? Yeah, that.
I think that's really cool, you know? And then the patterns inside the cabinets, those are also Isabella Capeto, the little armchair.
Wait, I almost opened this, but I had to stop and look because there is so much to see. Check out these patterned cabinets.
These cabinets, actually, I should even put a little LED light inside them.
Oh, for that? Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Hey, everyone, look at this basket you brought from where?
No, that one there happens to be the orange one. The most beautiful one is Isabella Capeto.
Ah, by chance. Guys, who doesn't know the store? Isabella Capetto? We'll go there, right? Let's arrange a day later.
There, let's go. Please, we really have to go to the studio because you'll love the studio too, and it's totally your vibe. With
Your style, your roots.
the house, you know? With this. Miss?
Here, where did you get it from? From a book?
No, this was from a trip I took, I don't know, about 30 years ago to Mexico, and there was a guy selling it on the street. And I bought it, and all of this too. I had just gotten married, so it's really been about 35 years.
Look at that, to clean Isabella Cabello's clothes. How fancy. Guys, this is so cool. Hey, Isabella, but tell me something. What is something a house can't be without?
Something a house can't be without? Well, I don't know, Anne.
Tidiness. Ah,
It could be tidiness. Yeah.
yeah.
I think a house has to be, I think it's really important for a house to be cared for. That's another thing too. Like this whole handyman thing, my handyman, I have him because I take care of my house. So I notice, oh, there's a crack over there. I see the door's kind of messed up. I see the doorknobs are falling off. I'm always taking care of my house, you know, because the house is a ton of work.
Yeah.
You don't keep taking care of it all the time. It just starts falling apart, you know?
Maintenance, right?
Maintenance, I think, is important. What a house can't lack, in my opinion, is maintenance.
This reminds me of you, don't? Because that way you see that sometimes even you say things like, oh, okay, sounding kind of depressed. Because if the house is all neglected like that, it can't be a clean person, someone who takes care of their diet, who exercises, who is happy, right? Why? I think it reflects that. It is.
That's crazy, isn't it? Because you see people who dress really well, have a fancy car, and so on, but have a horrible house. Some people are like that. Or someone who has a beautiful house but is terrible at dressing. Yes,
But I think there's a connection. Usually creative people. You see, I didn't expect anything less than that. As much as this is
I
see you as creative.
It's
Obvious your house would be like this. I didn't expect it to smell so good though. And we amazing cake. That was like, that really raised the bar.
Yeah, these here are, they were some pillowcases I bought like in Italy a long time ago. And then I restored them and redid some with my embroidery machine. Then they started getting holes, you see? So, for example, I don't throw them away.
So you
Made a little patch. Then I go and make some little circles, kind of like a little patchwork. Here I already have to make another one because I think it looks nicer.
much nicer.
Yeah, what are you going to replace it with? With plain white cotton? With something new? It has so much more history this way.
And so I said, "Are you sure she came up with this idea for the studio?"
So here we have this bathroom.
This glass door was Beto's project.
This was Beto's project, which he had already done in my other apartment. And here in this one, he also.
Got it. And this success with this.
And these breezes here too, which I made, all embroidered, they were already from the other apartment and I brought them with me. Like I said, I'm bringing all of this with me.
And here's your print, right?
This is the print I made, but I didn't want to put it up. Also, a mirror in front of the sink, which I said, guys.
Rambo and Rambo. No, because we can relate to this woman, right?
Exactly. That's it. We want to relate to this woman when we go to the bathroom,
No, guys. And the smell is really nice. It smells.
Everything grenade.
Wow, that's very meticulous, Isabella. Look at those little balls again. Look at.
Little balls again.
Wonderful. How delicate.
So here I put up this curtain because when there's a party or whatever, I close this off because this is the bedroom, So you're not supposed to go in there. And also with the print, this one used to be yellow. And then I took out the yellow and said I wanted red here because when I did things in this place, I said everything would be red with blue.
Beautiful.
So here we have a linen closet, right? Everything. And here's my bedroom.
Wow. Did you change everything now too?
This one, now we have this. I won the contest, right? Because my wall at the warehouse won.
Because you are the wall.
And then I won some products.
You went to the scene with more tickets, right? You did the whole house.
I did it with more tickets. I did the whole house. And then I won, I could choose gifts.
Yeah.
Then I won this bedspread, which is beautiful, right?
Beautiful.
This one from Thee, which is just like the lampshades too. See?
Julia's towel's everything, right?
Julia's towel's great with it.
It goes with everything. This bedspread, this dresser.
This dresser I told you about, it was from my old house. It was like a huge desk that was in my daughter's room, which I split up. I put a blue one here, the other yellow one in the other guest room, right? Which nowadays is a guest room. I painted it. I also think this piece here is beautiful. I bought it on the street too, years ago, because I worked for a long time, a really long time, at a textile printing factory here in Brazil, in Rio, called Fábrica Bangu. It was a very important fabric printing factory. And I worked there doing textile printing for upholstery, clothing prints, you name it. And I loved making prints and knew all the techniques right away. When I worked there, nothing was done on the computer. Everything was painted by hand with things like talons, all of it, like gouache.
Looks are deceiving, right, Isabella?
Looks can be deceiving, And that factory was in Bangu, so I worked there. And then I bought this right off the street in Paris. It was a blotting paper, see? It was blotting paper from a print shop. I went crazy because I said, oh my God, I have to buy this. Because it has all the details, you see? The little colors, what each cylinder is for, you see? So right here on the back, I put this specific piece,
Fabric, which
is by Monica Costa.
Oh.
Is also a wonderful artist who makes beautiful things, and she painted this for me and put it here. She also made another one that's in the living room, which I'll show you. These two sconces here, they're made of paper. I got them from Pedro Spirito Santo, who to me was like the best decorator I've ever known. Honestly, a guy with such fantastic taste.
But do they light up?
No. Oh,
Okay.
they don't light up. And he was someone with phenomenal taste who really knew how to mix things together. And I had the chance to, become friends with him, visit his homes. I learned a lot from him, really. He was a really great guy. This here is a Shiloh I made in the Cariri region, which is very much from Juazeiro do Norte, you see? Mehmet made a collection inspired by the Cariri region. And this here is a Kama Sutra he made for Isabella Capetto. So look, there's the little doll, see?
Amazing.
And it's a totally modern Kama Sutra because it has, what? Something really current.
And here's the stone. Look at this.
Here I was lucky too, because my apartment is the only one with a balcony. Look,
Really?
this little balcony, none of the other apartments have it. And that's beautiful because this,
Oh, the neighbor. Even the neighbor. It's beautiful, Isabella.
no, the neighbor is beautiful, this floor.
Then. Wow, so you have total privacy.
Total. That's also, if a house is
A house.
a suspended house. So when I moved in, I only had one daughter, Francisca. We moved here, me and Francisca, and I said, guys, I'm not going to have another child, you know? I'm not going to get married, you know? If I do get married, we're each going to live in our own house. And I'm going to build a super closet too. So I did it. I got a room. That's kind of messy.
Wait, here's the best part.
Messy? No.
We are. Calm down, calm down, calm down. We're in the closet. Isabella Capinto.
No, not yet.
Look, no, wait, let's eat. Look at this. Wow.
I'm thinking it's messy here because now there's this new clothes rack because
I made a rack too. Just put and hang up what I'm gonna wear, but it didn't work.
mine failed too. My outfit is gone. Total chaos.
Look,
This is beautiful. It's a jacket we just made for export. Look how gorgeous it is.
is it yours? Yeah. Oh my God.
Pretty much all I have is my own clothes. Like, and some from friends like Andrea Marquez, we swap clothes. I don't wear a lot of clothes or thrift store clothes.
Guys, look at these shoes. I'm loving it.
And look, these ones are beautiful too. Whoa. Oh, guys, look how pretty this is. Look, this one, you're going to freak out.
I'm gonna freak out.
Look at this one in the back.
Oh no, you guys.
You should go tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be there tomorrow. Look at this one.
Oh, Isabella, you had such beautiful stuff. Wow, so beautiful. There's so much.
So much beautiful stuff.
But are you selling all of this for export?
No, this here I sold for export. There's not even any left at the studio.
Is this one yours too?
Yeah, this one's beautiful too. And now,
No store in Sao Paulo now?
no, I just have the store. We have the website that sells. We're at the club.
Oh, that's right, at the club. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. I made these. Look, I made these little outfits. See? For the bottles. But
You make them yourself?
my embroiderer does
Okay.
because I did a project for Fernando Jaeger.
Oh, which, by the way, is happening tomorrow.
Very cool.
Bathroom.
And I did it together with Chris. I don't know. What's her name again? Chris Passos. She's wonderful. Together with Chris Passos, I did a project for Fernando Jaeger about 2 years ago. And then we created a space together. And it turned out like really cool.
I don't doubt it. I'm all ready. We look at the details.
Of his work. This one's beautiful too. It's a painting by Tiago Carneiro da Cunha, who's a really good friend of mine.
The whole bedroom is so romantic, right? All the pieces.
It's all about love.
Yeah, let me ask you something. What if, by chance, there was a fire here? What's the first thing you would save? I'd be running around like I don't even know what I'd grab.
Did you know my studio caught fire once? Sorry.
I say it.
No, don't worry. My studio really did catch fire and it burned everything. I remember the only thing that didn't burn, like I got really lucky, was my collection. It was in the last room and nothing in the collection burned at all. And then when I went into my studio, like everything had burned. Everything was lost. When I got to the last room, there it was, like the collection, basically untouched, like a little burned, smelled like smoke, kinda. Some things were a bit damaged, but the collection was still there, you know? Well, can I be honest, Faye? It made me so mad, because I was like, damn, what the hell? Why didn't it all just burn? Everything at once, you know? because then it would be like a total fresh start, you know? That studio, the collection just left me with a ton of work, you know? Like all the money I got from the insurance, I had to pay for cleaning the whole collection because I just couldn't leave those clothes there. They were clothes from my entire life, from all my fashion shows, you know? It was a ton of work. I had to clean everything, organize everything, all that. So honestly, a lot of times I don't even know if I would grab anything. Like these days I live alone. There's no one else to grab stuff, just me. I think I'd just run out, but I'd leave everything behind. I wouldn't try to save anything because I think I have this thing where I'd rather not save anything and just start over, make something totally different. I didn't even want to have anything, and
So then you wouldn't have any excuse, right? Yeah.
which is what happened with the collection. So I had that collection there, which, okay, is amazing. We get a lot of inspiration from the collection. We take a lot of clothes from it to copy for everything. Because I lost all my patterns, I lost everything. But it made me a little mad, I said.
Wow, you were telling a story and you ended it in a way I didn't expect. I thought you were going to say, like, when you got to my collection, I said, what matters is the collection. I like that point of view.
I thought, just burn it all. Make everything new, different, you know?
Amazing.
I think here too, what would I even take? Everything here, everything in my house. It's all like part of a story. That's what it is, you know? I bring everything back from trips. These are things from a lifetime, you know? These are stories from my mom, my dad, my aunt, something I got from a cousin, something I got from a friend. My friends know I love home stuff. So they give me a lot of gifts, you know? All my boyfriends I've ever had, like, wow, there are 1,000 things from ex-boyfriends, 1,000 things from friends, 1,000 things from family, 1,000 things, you know? There's everything. So, like, there's not just one special thing, you know? I don't think I would pick just one thing, like, I'm gonna save this.
Ah, you changed this one too? Because I actually got the idea for this from yours. Yeah, I changed it. I think it was blue and white. How was it? What was it?
I don't know. No, I think it was red, wasn't it?
I don't know, but I have it saved in one of my folders.
Yeah, I changed it. See here? Guys,
You're dreaming.
I'm obsessed with lattice work. I'm crazy about it. And here, see this lattice work with blue? Look. Then you'll see in the other bathroom is just like this one, which is Chica's. Look.
Hold on, I'm still admiring your bathroom. And when you decide to change things, do you do everything? Like, does everything change in just a week?
I'm super fast.
It is really incredibly fast.
Same here. When it hits,
Mad urge.
it's that obsessive thing.
This is your painting. Like,
As if it were
so
cute. It was on those trips I used to take all the time that I met this super important painter. And then I did the painting.
amazing. Look how beautiful. She takes the fabric and embroiders on top of it. So this thing about her never being satisfied with the first version? No. Then she goes and tries again. She goes and tries again until it turns out this perfect.
No, look here. I have a closet. Look at how much fabric there is.
Whoa, whoa.
Like, I love fabrics. Look.
Wow, I have a big drawer full of fabric, and I thought she was the crazy fabric lady. I buy fabric. Not sure why. Go.
Chill.
You know that thing at the end of the factory line when I go buy fabric scraps? I love it. Actually, the warehouse sale is a scam for me because I end up spending more than if I just bought it normally since I buy so much stuff. They come from the scraps.
So this used to be Chica's round,
Oh my gosh.
and now it's turned into a guest round.
I'll stay here and you follow later.
You can come after. Stay here. I'd love that.
Wow, I'd love that.
But it's a deal, right?
No, it's really a deal.
It's really a deal. So it's just wonderful to sleep here, guys, because this stone in the morning. So now, what else did I do? Now that Francisca moved out, this became a guest room. My friends come over. I love it. And that. But since I'm here alone, I always close this door here. When I get here, right? I close that door. And there, I don't have a TV in my bedroom because I'm totally against it. I think it's terrible. I don't like it. I think it drains your energy. I'm all about not having a TV. I like to go to bed early. I have my routine. I wake up early. I work out. I meditate. I just can't have a TV in my bedroom. So then I close that door over there. That's where my bedroom is. And here is a TV room. And I love it, man, because then I watch shows here. And sometimes I even fall asleep here. I wake up.
But that doesn't mess with your sleep routine, right? When you're done, you go to bed.
I turn on the air conditioner here, the air conditioner over there, then I go and make myself a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, hang out here, eat my sandwich.
Litecoin.
Popcorn. I'm chilling here, happy, and this rock has an amazing view. It's like a theater, even for sleeping.
Look at the red trellica fabric. Oh, that's what's there now, right? Now,
Oh, there.
the color green. Wow. Sweet cardinal. Did you make this yourself?
I made this together with 100% Riparia. And this too. I made all of it with her. With 100% Ruparia, we developed this duvet line. It comes in navy blue, beige, and red, which are my little dolls.
And you can switch it. It's double-sided. The trim is plaid.
Plaid trim in the other one.
And the little ruffle.
This here's a refrigerator that I made chapper stamp like 200 years ago.
Oh my God.
That turned into a nightstand. This is the other dresser.
Mercedes Caesar. Wait, where are these paintings from?
These paintings, here's the thing. There was a time when I got obsessed with Cuban posters. Like this is also from 15 years ago. Every time I went to do a showroom in Paris, I'd also go to London for work, to do research and stuff. There was a store called Frame that only sold old Cuban posters. So I started buying them. They were expensive, so I'd buy one at a time. Then I'd go I wouldn't say anything, just I'll buy one. Then I'd buy one. I'd buy another, then another, and that's how I started this little collection of Herban posters, Wow.
Match.
They're all painted. They're not
It's not exactly like
printed ones. Yeah, they all have their own style too, you see? They're beautiful.
beautiful. Guys, but Sue, and I think we're missing a dad bod back here, right? And
I'm gonna put it in.
we're missing a certain texture. There's one missing.
Texture.
I think it's very clean.
This room is very clean.
Wow, look at this.
And here too, with the collections that Chica also had, right?
Like Pinocchio.
I totally freaked out over this for a while. It's called Mula Manta. In my old apartment, I had something that was really beautiful. I had a shelf that went all the way across the room, just with these mulas mancas, with
These small shells.
tiny ones, a tiny shelf and a long shelf, all made of mula manta. It was beautiful. And then later, Chica took her things. I put my mula manca collection there, and her collection of feet too. And here, the bathroom.
Real quick, but here is the dresser. This is the same dresser you have in your...
That I split up.
But then you painted it yellow.
I painted mine yellow here, and she painted hers blue, because I also think it's nice when things match.
There's a certain touch of madness to it. I totally relate to that.
You're really relating to it here too. It's a glasses bathroom. The little cup is really a toothbrush holder from another set.
So,
Here I painted it yellow, and here there's the same trellis, only yellow.
see? It's so cute, guys. It's a house. It looks like a house in Petropolis, right? Yeah.
Super cute.
Paper, clothing racks.
It's so cozy. I love my house, guys. And I really think it's so cool to live here because it's so visual. It has such a great vibe, Because it's such a beautiful place. And you have this thing with the bike riding around here in this Burl Marx garden, In front of my house, there's a lot of lampposts. The fanciest thing.
That lamppost.
It's gorgeous. So, I feel
You're such a homebody now, right?
I really am a homebody. I really am. Over the past year, I've become more of a homebody. I've been preferring to have smaller dinners. I spend a lot of time at home. I've been loving what I told you about, just closing the door, watching a show, I think.
Guys, so thank you so much. So we're going to visit the studio. Let's visit the studio. If I changed.
Combined. I can change, just tell me. They're from 11 a.m.
As promised, we came here to the store, Studio Tudo da Isabella, and it said be there.
A very long time. Indeed.
Why? Look at this, folks.
This is my room. It's kind of messy because right now I'm making a costume for a play. So there are a few things here. An all-white costume. This here is a piece of fabric.
Yeah, that's right. Let's tell the story of this fabric.
So I made this fabric for an exhibition that took place in Tokyo at the Museum of Modern Art at MOT. And that was a piece of fabric. Imagine, all hand embroidered, made by several embroiderers. And it stayed there at that exhibition at Moat. Then it went to Hiroshima. And then it also went to Los Angeles.
Isabella, you're full of surprises, aren't you? Oh, is this in Tokyo? No, what is this here? Come on, tell us. Is this produced? Now then.
Yeah, these are old pieces from my collection that are here that we always research and look at. So I always keep them here, like they're old things that we study. This is my work table, right? It's chaos.
Guys, look at this.
There, look, my ceramics that I make. And so, like, this is both the studio and the shop. So this is my living room. And here, look.
Guys, look at this red. How beautiful.
This is also my work, see? Here, I also did some embroidery. Here, I also did an exhibition at Shopping Leblon. And these works were there.
How beautiful this is. Was this an idea for an outfit? Yeah.
It was an idea for an outfit.
Wait, it's so beautiful. Let me show everything here.
Show everything, show everything.
You have to hold her, guys. How beautiful. Is this a fabric or not? Yeah.
It's a fabric. Oh, no, no. That's paint.
How beautiful. Wait, let's show this shelf. There's so much to... No, this table. Wait, let's go in order. This table here.
This table's really cool. I got this table as a wedding gift from a driver who was my ex-husband's driver, and it used to be an old table from the Urca Casino.
What?
It's really cool. We restored it.
Beautiful, but did it already have this paint?
It already had this paint.
This is amazing. And this shelf here, let's take a look. Hey guys, it's not just out of nowhere, you know? Just look at the collection here. Check it out. Did you make these dolls?
Yeah, these dolls too. I did an exhibition at Jacqueline's over in Sao Paulo, Jacqueline Martin's, where I showed my clothes and these dolls too.
Now tell me something. How did this doll come about, Isa?
Man, this doll was made by a friend of mine who's a designer now. She doesn't even live here anymore. She lives in Chicago. And she was the one who designed it for me. I wanted to have a logo because I always said, oh, I want to have a logo, like the little crocodile from Lacoste or the little C from Compre. I said, I want to have a logo. I want to have an icon. And then she developed this doll.
Wow, wonderful.
What are the four eyes, right? It's like a button, you see? The button face.
Perfect. This doll. Carmen Miranda. Carmen Miranda? That Barbie?
Yes, I won. Also, like...
Then let's show you the store.
And here. Right? Like I chose to make it kind of like a studio, everything together, like a store and studio. So here's the store, right? Where all the clothes are, everything. The stock is all open, you see.
Shall we show a little bit of this embroidery work? Guys, this here, it's all handmade. The people are over there embroidering. And she keeps adding texture, and she doesn't stop. And
take a look
at the delicacy of Isabella's work.
This one is filet lace. This shirt is also so beautiful. And here, we're open from Monday to Saturday.
And here in Gavea, right?
Here in Gavea.
Right next to Santa Ynez Church, guys. Look how beautiful. And the Pret, do you design that too?
We design the prints too. We do everything here ourselves. We don't buy anything ready-made, and everything is made with 100% Brazilian materials. We only work with cotton, linen, or silk. We don't use anything synthetic.
That's really wonderful. Do you want to embroider by hand? Yeah.
A pair of pinstripe pants, all hand embroidered. Look how beautiful.
Wonderful.
With beads. Beautiful, these cans, right?
So pretty. Okay, so you started lining things, doing things your own way, Isabella. Just being yourself.
Yeah, I was doing it.
Let's head over.
It's the boss walk.
So cute. Now look at the lion, guys. Me, since I'm a Leo? Already. What if it's mask?
Let me explain. We were in a mess because today we did a photo shoot here.
Let's give some context. Today is Saturday, and we're here working. Come to the studio, to the shop. Look at the little dolls. Kisses. Kisses. Oh, I stopped here. We keep walking and stopping, right? Because it's so. This dress is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Look at this t-shirt. So cute, too.
It's wonderful.
Okay, and here you.
So this is the shop, right? There's a stock over there. Like,
Where are these masks from?
they're from the Candida sisters, from Juazeiro do Norte.
Also from those trips you took for research?
Yeah, I have some at home too.
Did you buy the guy's entire annual connection?
Yeah.
I kept buying.
Because I went there a lot. I did a project in Juazeiro do Norte in the Cariri region about the local iconography of Cariri. So I went there many times. I traveled to the Cariri region a lot, you know?
Okay, here are your prints.
I used to go to Mestrinosa, and then I kept buying. So here we lay everything out like this, open, you know? Look, this dress is beautiful, look.
Beautiful.
So, like, the studio is something that's always in constant motion, you know? Everything changes. We move things around. Like, it's not something fixed. Because, I chose this because I said, oh, I want a studio where I can go.
No walls, so everyone talks to everyone.
Talks to everyone, and they can move the table here, over there, It's a really, like, free kind of thing.
Thank you for having us. I know you have a ton of work right now, but we really needed to show this, right?
I think so, too. It had to be shown.
Thank you so much.
And this view, right? Look how beautiful it is.
No, working here, it's something else.
Look over there. You can see Christ the Redeemer. Look. So it's nice because at my house I have Sugarloaf Mountain, and here I have Christ the Redeemer. Look at that. All right then, fat kisses. I'm going back to work.